This is lesson 4 of Prepositions with CINCILINGUA live lessons. Hello, my name is Kathy. Welcome to lesson 4 of Prepositions with CINCILINGUA live lessons. Because we have so many students that join our lessons, we try to handle questions by having students type their questions in the chat. If you move your mouse around, you should be able to see an icon that says chat. If you click on chat, it will open this white rectangle. And at the bottom of the white rectangle is an area for you to type your question into the chat. And at the end of each lesson, I will read the questions and try to answer as many as I can. If we run out of time to answer questions, I'll answer them at the beginning of the next lesson. I'm glad you're joining us. I hope you enjoy today's lesson. Today we're going to be talking about some more prepositions. So these are the prepositions for today's lesson. Between, and you use between when you are talking about something that is between two objects. An example is between the pages of a book. We'll give lots of other examples so that you can understand between. Among is when we have more than two objects. Among and between are close to one another, but between, there are two objects and something is in the middle. Among, there are many objects and something is in the middle. Through, going in one end and all the way out the other. For example, through a tunnel. You're going to see an example of a tunnel if you don't know what a tunnel is. Around in a circle. For example, put a necklace around my neck in a circle. With, meaning accompany, to be with someone or with something. So with my family, I will accompany my family. Without, lacking. This means that you don't have something. If you get to the store without your wallet, it means that you do not have your wallet. Without. So let's see some examples of these prepositions. The first one is between. And we use between when we're talking about something that is in the middle of two objects. Jessica put the bookmark between the pages of the book. So there is a page in front of the bookmark. There is a page behind the bookmark. We put the bookmark in the middle so that we will find the place that we stopped reading, and then we close the book. So there is a front page and a back page, and the bookmark is in the middle of those two pages. And a bookmark is a small piece of paper that you use to help you to know where you stopped reading and where you will begin again next time to read. Here's another example of between. Andy dribbled the basketball between his legs. So he has one leg on this side and one leg on this side, and the basketball is in the middle of the two legs. So one leg and another leg, and here in the middle is the basketball. The basketball is between the two legs, between his legs. Again, another example of between. Maggie is standing between two very large trees. So again, we're using between for two objects. There are two trees, two very, very large trees, and this person is standing in the middle. A tree on this side, a tree on the other side, and a person here in the middle. If you are in the middle of two things, you are between those two things. Now this one is a little tricky because we're talking about her peeking between her fingers. Mina peeked out from between her fingers. She has a lot of fingers. She has 10 fingers, but she's looking between her fingers. Well, that's because there is a finger here on this side and a finger on this side, and her eye is in the middle. Even though she has 10 fingers, there is two fingers that are around her eye, and her eye is in the middle of 2 fingers. So she is peeking between those fingers. Okay. So that could be confusing, but we don't say among the fingers. Even though you have 10, even though there are 10 fingers, we don't say that you're among fingers. That would seem strange. We say between your fingers. So here are some examples of among. So between, there was one item here and another item here, and something is in the middle. For among, something is in the middle, but there are many things around it. So this example says, I searched for the strawberries among all of the leaves. So there are many, many leaves around, not just 2 leaves. So we looked among the leaves to find a strawberry that is ready to pick. And we know that this strawberry is good to eat because it is very red. When a food is ready to eat, we call it ripe. So this strawberry, this red strawberry, is ripe. It's ready to eat, ready for us to pick it because it is so red. The strawberry that is behind a little bit here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but there's a red strawberry in the front, and then behind is a strawberry that is a little bit white. And a white strawberry is not quite ready to eat. You don't want to pick that strawberry. You want to wait and eat that strawberry later when it is ripe. The ripe strawberries are very, very red. And they are not very easy to see because they are covered by many leaves. So we have to look among all of the leaves, to find the strawberries. Okay, look at all of these different colors of yarn. It was hard to choose my favorite yarn from among all of the choices. Yarn is a kind of string. Yarn can be made of many different kinds of material, from wool or from cotton. And we use we use yarn to crochet or to knit together to make something like a sweater. So I'm wearing a sweater today, and this sweater is made of red yarn. My sweater is crocheted or knitted from red yarn. So if you go to the store and you are looking at all of the different choices because you would like to make a sweater, you could make one that is pink or blue, or one with many colors that are soft pastel colors. These colors, a few of them are more bright colors. Yellow and orange are bright. The gray is not a bright color. This one also has some bright colors, but instead of the gray, there is white. So you can choose all of these different colors of yarn to make a sweater. And it would be hard to choose if you have so many favorite colors. But the point here is we had to choose one, and we were looking at many, many, many objects. So out of all of these objects, to choose one that is in the middle of all of these objects, it's difficult to pick which one. So among all of these choices, it is difficult to choose. I had to search for my friend among so many passengers. So these people are all riding on a subway. A train that goes under the ground is called a subway. And so on this subway, if I am trying to meet my friend, I'm looking, I am searching. There are so many passengers. A passenger is the name of someone who is riding on a train, a subway, a bus, a plane. Anytime that you are not driving, you are a passenger. So if I drive my car and I have children in the car with me, the children are passengers and I am the driver. Or if I am riding on a bus and someone else is the driver, then I would be a passenger. A passenger means that you are traveling somewhere and you are not the person who is driving or flying. You could be on a plane, you could be a passenger on a plane, and you are not the pilot, you are not flying, so you are a passenger. So if I'm looking, searching for my friend, and there are many passengers, I have to look among all of them. My friend is somewhere here in the middle of all of these passengers, and I have to search among so many passengers to find my friend. Now we're changing to a different preposition. This preposition is through, from one end to the other. The subway train moved quickly through the tunnel. In the picture before this, we showed people inside of the subway train. Let me go back to that. This is what it looks like on the inside of the train. Some people are sitting down, some people are standing. They can hold on to this pole, or they can hold on to one of these straps. But the train is going under the ground. And so they have dug, let's see if I can show here. They have dug this thing right here is called a tunnel. A tunnel. So for example, if you want to go over a mountain, a long time ago, people used to have to go up the mountain and then down the other side of the mountain. Now, for some mountains, we have a tunnel, and instead of going up and then down, you can go through. You can go through the mountain from this side to the other side without going up and down. You go in the tunnel that someone dug a tunnel that will go through. So this tunnel right here has a subway train, and the subway train is going to follow these tracks, and it's going to go from one end of the tunnel through the tunnel to the other side, through. And often when we talk about through, we talk about something that is the shape of a tunnel. It is usually, sometimes it is round, it is long, and you can go in one hole and keep going, go out the other hole. Now, through is not always only for something that is round like a tunnel. You'll see some other examples. But through means starting at one end, and you go inside, and then you come out on the other side. Through the subway tunnel. Now here, Francine drank her smoothie through a straw. So this kind of drink here, we call this a smoothie. This is many different kinds of fruit that are put into a blender, and they're squished until they're very soft. And sometimes we add juice. Often that people will add ice, and they will crush the ice in the blender to make it soft, and then you can drink the smoothie, drink the sweet fruit with the juice and the ice. It's a nice cold drink, but it is a healthy drink because it is made with fruit. It is a little bit like a milkshake, but a milkshake is made from ice cream and lots of sugary things. So a milkshake is not very healthy. A smoothie is more healthy. A smoothie has fruit and sometimes juice, sometimes a yogurt, but mostly fruit, or sometimes even vegetables in your smoothie. But to talk about through, the drink starts down here, and it goes into this straw that's in her mouth, goes in one end of the straw, up, 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 through the straw, and into her mouth. So there is a hole at one end of the straw, and the drink goes in the straw, and then it comes out of the hole at the other side, inside of her mouth. So there's two holes, a hole at this side, a hole at this side, and the smoothie, the drink goes through the straw. Now here, it says Miguel put his face up to the hole so that he could peek through the wall at his mom. So they have cut a hole in the wall here. Maybe this is at a playground or at a park. It is a wall. This little hole, to go from one side to the other, the wall is not very big. But his face is on this side, and you can see his face on the other side of the hole. So he's putting his face at one end of the hole, and you can see it on the other end of the hole. He is peeking through. You can do the same. You can look through a window. A window, this hole right here, this hole is round, but a window can be a square. A window can be a triangle. Most windows are a rectangle. And when you put your face on one side of the window, you can look through the window and you can see what is on the other side of the window. So it doesn't have to only be for something that is round, for something to go through. A lot of the things are round, like a straw or a tunnel. And just by accident, this hole is also round. But you can also look through a window, and a window does not have to be round. You look from one end, you are on one side of the window, to the other, and you're looking, the window is in the middle, you're looking through the window, and you can see what is on the other side of the window. Okay, the next one that we have, the next preposition is around. Around has a few meanings, but in this kind of meaning for around is to go in a circle. The rider steered the horse around the barrel as part of the barrel race. So in the United States, some states have a lot of horses and a lot of people who ride horses. Texas is one that comes to my mind right away. A lot of people in Texas have horses. A lot of people in Texas ride horses, and they often will have a show, and you can go and you pay money and you sit and you watch people that are riding on a horse, and they are going to have some different competitions, and the people and the horse have to try to do different things to try to win. This kind of race that they're having here is called a barrel race, a barrel race. This container is round and tall. This is called a barrel, a barrel. A barrel is something that is this shape. It is the shape a little bit like a can of soda, but big. A barrel is big. A barrel is not small like a can of soda. You could not hold a barrel in two hands. A barrel is always big, and things of food and things can be packed inside of a barrel. But for the barrel race, they put some barrels in different locations in the race area, and the horse has to go around the barrel, and then runs to the next location and runs around the barrel, and goes to the next one and goes around, going in a circle around. And if they miss one of the barrels and they don't go around the barrel, then they are disqualified from the race. They are not allowed to finish the race because they did not follow the rules. The rules of the barrel race, you must go around. You must go in a circle. You go on the outside and then around back towards the inside. And then you go to the next barrel. And the kind of show, I don't know if I told you the name of the show, is called a rodeo. A rodeo is the kind of show that you would go and you sit. It could be inside if it is a very, very big area. There could be a roof over the top, but often a rodeo will be outside. You can see here, this one is outside. There are trees here in the back, and you see the sky. People will be sitting on the sides here. They pay some money and they sit so they can watch. They will watch in the arena here. The horses will race and do different things to try to be the winner. And in a rodeo, people do a lot of things. People ride on horses. There are some people that try to ride on a bull, and the bull is not happy. The bull does not want anyone to ride on it. And the bull will jump and move and try to make the person that is riding fall off. And so they will start a timer, go, and they will count how long can someone sit on the back of that bull before they fall off. So that is part of a rodeo. And so that's something that is in some states in the United States. Not every state has rodeos. In some places that horses and cows are very popular, then you might find a rodeo. And it's an interesting thing to go see. The people that are riding have been practicing for a long time, and it's very impressive to see what they are able to do with their horse or staying on the bull. Sometimes they use ropes and they swing the rope and they try to catch, see if they can lasso a cow or a calf. Sometimes while they are riding a horse and swinging the rope at the same time. That would be part of a rodeo. Anyway, like I said, this is a barrel race, and the important thing that we're learning about for this barrel race is going around, meaning going in a circle. Here, Ruth wrapped the sweater around her shoulders when she got too warm to wear it. So here is a sweater. Remember, we had the yarn, and you can use the yarn to knit or to crochet a sweater. She has a sweater, but in her house right now, it's kind of hot, and she doesn't want to wear her sweater. So she took off the sweater and she put it around her neck. Remember, around is in a circle. So this sweater is making a circle going across her back and around the other side. The sweater is making a circle because she put the sweater around her shoulders, because it is too warm to wear it. Nina wrapped her hands around the mug of coffee to warm them up. Sometimes when your hands are cold, it is nice to hold a warm mug of coffee or tea, and you can put your hands, instead of holding onto the handle of the mug, instead of only putting your hand right here to hold the edge of the mug, you can put your hands in a circle around the coffee cup or around the mug, and then your hands will be nice and warm from touching this nice warm cup of coffee or cup of tea. Around, in a circle. Sheila put her arm around her grandma when they said hello. She's putting her arm around her, around like this. Okay. It's not a complete circle, but she is going around, starting on this side and behind her and starting to go around. Her arm is around her, making part of a circle. With and without. With and without. These are opposites. Do you prefer to drink your cola with ice or without ice? With is when something will accompany something. It will be at the same time. I'm going to have cola and I'm also going to have ice. They are together. They accompany each other. I will have my cola with ice. With ice. Here, this bottle has no ice inside. So here I would like it without ice, without, with no ice, without. So without means it is lacking. When something is lacking, it is missing. We don't have it. So if we are lacking ice, then we are missing the ice. We don't have any ice. Here with ice, here with no ice. Would you like it with ice or without? Without. Without means with no ice. Okay, again, with and without. Do you want to pay with cash or with a credit card? When we pay with paper money, they call this cash. And at many stores, they will say you can pay with cash or you can pay with a credit card. You can choose cash or a credit card. And then the second sentence says, I cannot use either cash or a credit card because I left home without my wallet. So this thing here, this item that you can put your credit cards and you can put your cash, this is called a wallet, a wallet. Sometimes women will carry a wallet and they will put the wallet inside of a purse. And often men will carry a wallet and they will put a wallet in their pocket. But even women sometimes will put a wallet in their pocket. The wallet is the place that most people will carry their credit card and their cash. And you can see this person right here has a wallet. They are opening their wallet to take out the cash. Well, you can pay with cash. You can pay with a credit card, but you cannot pay at all if you are without your wallet. You are lacking your wallet. You don't have your wallet. Oh no, I left my home without my wallet. I don't have my wallet. My wallet is sitting on the table at my house. Right now I am without my wallet. I'm missing my wallet. So that is a problem. Without. Okay, with and without. It says, do you believe that my friend can play the piano without looking? Without looking. So here he's reaching behind himself and he's playing some music, but his eyes are not looking at the piano. Most people, when they play the piano, their eyes are looking at their hands. And so their eyes help the hands know, go up higher, go down lower. But this person has their hands behind their back and they are playing music without looking, without. So they are not looking. The eyes are, he's not missing his eyes. He has eyes, yeah, but he is not using his eyes. So the part that you usually will do of looking with your eyes to play the piano, he is not doing. He is playing without looking. I think that would be a good trick. I think that would be very difficult to do, to play piano without looking. I could maybe, if I was sitting and the piano was in front of me and I could play, maybe I can play like this, a simple song with one hand, maybe without looking, but behind my back, my hand is used to going this way to make the notes go higher and this way to make them go lower. If I put behind my back, everything is the opposite. Then that way is higher and the other way is lower. And it will be hard, I think, to play behind your back without looking. Maybe a little easier to go like this without looking. To me, I think it will be hard to play without looking. What do you think? Okay, let's see if you remember the meaning of these prepositions. Between, okay, actually I've given you the meaning but not the example. Between two objects, do you remember any of the examples that we used? What were some of the examples that there were two things and one thing in the middle? Can you think of one? Or among, is when we have more than two objects. Can you think of any examples when there were many, many things and we were trying to find something, looking for something in the middle of many objects? Through, going from one end all the way to the other end. Do you remember any of those examples of through? Around, going in a circle, making a circle. Can you remember we did a lot of examples of around? With and without, with and without, accompanying and lacking. Okay, so the examples between the pages of a book, 2 pages, and 1 bookmark in the middle. Among the many passengers, looking for my friend, and there were many, many, many people. Through the tunnel, the necklace around my neck. I can be with my family. I can accompany my family. My family is here and I am also here. So we are with each other, with. And without my wallet. It would be a big problem to not have my wallet. If I am lacking, if I am missing my wallet, that is not good. I don't want to be without my wallet. Okay, well, we must have had some good examples today. I don't see any questions in the question box about between, among, through, around, with, or without. I hope that you were able to understand all of these examples and that you were not just shy. Please don't feel shy. Don't be afraid. If you have a question next time, feel like you can type in the type box in the chat box and let me know if you have a question. But maybe I picked some very clear pictures this time to make it easy for you to see all of the examples of between and among and through and around and with and without, because we don't have any questions. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that I will see you at the next CINCILINGUA live lesson. Thanks for coming.